All right, so welcome back to Chess Tutorials. We're going through chess.com's lessons and stuff, and today we're going to start the advanced. Let's get straight into it.
Learn to strike in the center. Your opponent didn't develop a piece or put a pawn in the center. Punish them by striking in the center. Exactly, you struck in the center. Take the center by playing aggressively. Yes, a bold move. You can use a side pawn in front of the bishop to fight against their center pawn. Good find. You are attacking the center with your pawn. They have more space in the center, fight back. Yes, a strong attack in the center. Fight aggressively for the center. Yes, an aggressive strike in the center.
Okay, I'm not really a big fan of that lesson just because it's like, okay. But
Learn to develop your pieces with tempo. Develop and gain time, a tempo, by forcing your opponent to move their valuable piece. Exactly, you gain a tempo because the queen must retreat. Develop your bishop and threaten their loose knight. Yes, now you gain a tempo on the knight. Get your king to safety while winning a tempo. Good job! You gain tempo on their king. Develop a piece and threaten checkmate at the same time. Check, but that does not threaten checkmate. Exactly. Your bishop and queen work together now.
okay. So basically,
Learn how to prevent your opponent from castling. Your opponent weakened their king. Where can your bishop go to make it hard for the king to castle to safety? Correct. Force their king to move so they can never castle to safety. The king needs to move to escape check and will not be able to castle. Your opponent never castled. How can you win the game? Can you find the checkmate? Checkmate.
boom. So this seems like so far the advance is just basically a review.
How can you punish their unsafe king?
Punish the unsafe king.
That is not the move yet. Ask for a hint if you need one.
Okay. Mm. Mm.
Yes, your opponent was forced to sacrifice their queen. Can you recapture? Nice one.
What was advanced opening?
Learn how to remove the defender. If the knight gets captured, the bishop is no longer defended.
True.
Yes, you can now capture the bishop. Get rid of the rook to win the bishop. The defender is gone. Let's win the bishop. Well done. Their knight is the only thing stopping you from checkmate. Now you can checkmate. Well spotted. Find the defender and remove it.
That's the
You got it. Let's win the bishop. Nice work winning material.
Okay, so this is really not
A lowly pawn can be powerful.
offering much here.
Nice move. Now you can win a bishop.
Mhm.
Excellent. Your queen wants to deliver checkmate. Which piece is stopping you?
The knight. That one. Mm.
Yes. Now when the knight moves, your queen can deliver. Your queen and bishop are a powerful team. Nice checkmate. You don't always need to make the obvious move right away. Sometimes you can play a check or capture first. You could take the rook right away, or you could capture the knight with check then pick up the rook anyways.
I would do that.
Good start. What can you capture next? Great job. Your rooks look forked. How can you use a check to get both to safety? Good choice. Next turn, you can save the other rook and keep a material edge. How do you get your queen to safety and still get their queen? Good start. How can you win material? Well played. Both queens are in danger. Can you find a way to come out ahead?
Hmm. Am I black or am I white? No. It's white to move, I know. So.
Black comes out ahead. Try again and check the hint if you're stuck.
Hmm.
Black comes out ahead. Try again and check the hint if you're stuck. Get something for your queen before you capture the black queen. Good start. What's next?
Okay. So I guess it's
Well done.
okay.
No hints this time.
Hmm.
White saves the knight. How do you win material? White comes out ahead.
Fair enough.
Learn how to survive attacks with stubborn defense.
No.
They're a move away from checkmate. How can you play defense? Nice try, but this move does not address their checkmate threat. Try again.
No, that's true. That's true. It's a checkmate threat. Retry.
Nice try, but this loses material and weakens your king. Try again.
Hmm.
Well spotted, the bishop keeps your king safe.
Momentarily.
How can you defend the checkmate square? You have the right piece in mind. Try to find a safer defensive square.
I actually didn't see the bishop.
Bravo! The knight safely defends the checkmate square.
Simple as that, huh?
What's the best way to defend against tactics on your weak pawn?
Best way to defend against this one. So because of the bishop and the knight attacking it. Move him up here. That would just temporarily block it, but not stop it. I'll move him up, and that just frees the bishop to take.
Nice try, but this does not safely defend the threat against your pawn. Try again. You got it. Your knight neutralizes their threat. A discovered check and a threat on your queen. Find the one defense.
I don't like it, but...
Excellent. Your knight safely shields the king and queen at the same time. You're winning right now, but how can you keep your extra queen?
I have an extra queen. Oh.
Nice try, but this skewers your king to the queen. Try the other king move. Well done. How can you shield your king and not lose your queen? Impressive defense. The rook shields your king, maintaining your advantage.
Until it brings the rook over.
They're attacking, but you're a couple smart checks away from trading queens.
Mm. Sorry, I was thinking that, and then I could take that, but not that. Oh, it's black to move. Oh, see, okay, sometimes you gotta pay attention.
You have the right piece, but we need to find another queen check that prepares to trade queens. You have the right piece, but we need to find another queen check that prepares. Nice queen geometry. How can you force a trade of queens? Exactly, capture the queen. Fantastic work forcing a trade of queens. Now you're ready to win the game.
I wish it told me how I was going to win that game.
Learn how to find brilliant sacrifices to win in style. Sometimes you need to sacrifice a Excellent. It's checkmate time.
Yeah. Back mate.
Nice job. What sacrifice will let your knight fork the king and the queen? You got it. It's forking time. Excellent. Let's collect the... Well done. You sacrificed your rook to win the queen. Sacrifice a piece to draw their rook away from defense of their queen. Fantastic. You sacrifice your rook. Well done. You sacrificed your rook to win the queen. You can win their queen here if you're bold enough. Brilliant sacrifice. Now you can win the queen. Impressive sacrificial play, winning the queen.
And then you sacrifice the rook. So you lose the bishop and a rook for a queen and a knight. I guess value-wise, you're up a couple, but still.
Your rooks on the 7th are powerful, but can't get the job done yet.
You check there.
Brilliant. Keep attacking the king. Yes, one check leads to another. Keep going, it's checkmate time. The rooks harmonize beautifully to deliver checkmate. Great job.
Oh, good. We completed the advanced tactics. 4, 4. Yeah.
Learn how to make smart trades. Good pieces can see lots of squares. Which piece should your knight trade for? Exactly, the bishop is blocked by the pawns.
Yeah.
Should you trade pawns or advance?
Advance.
Yes, you have a clear path to promotion. Almost there. Can you promote? Yes, you reached promotion.
Yay.
Should you trade for their bishop?
No.
Try again.
Oh, maybe it wants me to.
Yes, because it was a threat to your king. Your pawns are strong on the dark squares, theirs are on the light squares. Should you trade dark square bishops? This is a good trade. exchanging white's bishop that is restricted by its own pawns for black's active bishop. Learn about chess tempo.
Thought we did that.
When possible, it's best to develop with tempo, meaning while you make a threat at the same time. That way, your opponent must spend time responding to your threat. How can black develop with tempo? Yes, now the queen must retreat. How can white develop a bishop with tempo? Try again with tempo. Try again with tempo. Exactly, now the knight has to retreat. How can white develop a piece with tempo? Yes, now the queen has to move. How can white better centralize a piece with tempo on the black queen?
This one's a little tricky.
Yes, nice tempo on the queen. Let's continue with the game. How can white develop another piece with tempo? Yes, nice tempo on the queen. Black keeps finding vulnerable squares for the queen. How should white develop another piece with tempo? Yes, now the queen must escape.
Tempo masters.
Learn about chess batteries. Two pieces lined up in the same direction that support each other are called a battery. How can white use the rook battery to force a checkmate?
Battering mate.
Exactly. Now, can you checkmate? Checkmate. How can the queen and bishop make a battery to set up a quick checkmate? Can you checkmate? Checkmate. A queen in front of a battery is useful if you can checkmate, but a less valuable piece in front is better for winning material. How can you increase the pressure on the bishop? Can you capture the pinned piece? Exactly. How should white make a useful battery?
Okay, real quick. That was an example of the alkaline gun.
Can you find the checkmate? Checkmate.
Boom.
How can white disrupt the battery made by black's rooks? Nice! Their battery is ruined.
I'm glad she was excited about that.
Learn about gaining space in chess. Advanced pawns take space by taking room away from opposing pieces. How can you save your pawn, make a threat, and take space at the same time? Yes, now the knight is in danger. How should white gain space in the center? Yes, black's extra space on the queen side allows you to carry out a famous trap and win material. Now that the queen retreated, can you threaten another piece? That was not the move.
Oh.
Try again, you can do it. That was not the move. Try again, you can do it. That was not the move.
Good.
Try again, you can do it.
What piece do you want me to threaten? This one?
That was not the move. Try again, you can do it. Can you attack a piece with a pawn? The bishop was trapped. Can you recapture it? Nice capture.
Although I think it might have wanted me to do the knight, but still.
How can white take advantage of the extra space to win material? Yes, you gained space and attacked the knight. Black has allowed white to take too much space. How can you use it to win material? The bishop was forced to move. Can you attack it again? Perfect. Now the bishop is trapped. Can you close the trap? Can you recapture now? Nice capture.
That happens a lot in the Ruy Lopez.
How should white get out of check and gain space at the same time? Correct. Nice find.
Sweet. All right, now for the last section. Should I stop the video here?
Learn about king and pawn endgames. This is our goal position. See how easy it is to promote?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, now can you promote? Nice. Their king wants to get in the way of your promotion. How can you box them out? Yes, now can you push to promote? Promotion is near. Nice promotion. Box out their king, then promote your pawn. Now their king can't stop your promotion. Yes, final one. Can you make it? Yes, nice endgame.
So, and otherwise it would be stalemate.
Their king is on the promotion square, but you can still promote. Exactly, now their king had to move out of the way. Can you promote?
I can promote. You can just take it back.
You got captured. Your pawn needs a defender. Yes, now one last move. Can you find nice promotion? Take the opposition. Then their king will have no choice but to move to the side and you can box them out. Try again. Do you need a hint?
Oh.
Try again. Do you need a hint? Their king was forced to move away. What's your best move now? Yes. Now what can you do to push to promotion? Exactly. Only 2 moves. Yes, can you find the last one? Perfect. Learn how to trade into winning endgames. Trade off the rook so you can easily promote your pawn. Yes, can you capture the... Nice, now you can safely push your pawn to promote. Yes, what's the... One more move to promotion, can you do it? What's your best way forward?
Oh, black to move.
Can you find the best way to capture pawns? Can you capture a pawn? Can you capture the last pawn? Now only your pawn remain. You are in a winning endgame. How can you trade off all the pieces? Then your king can win the game by capturing their pawns. That was a losing trade. Try again. How can you recapture? Now your king can capture pawns. Can you do it? Can you capture another pawn? Great capture, you are in a winning endgame. Force a queen trade, then promote a pawn. You forced the queen exchange. Now, what's the best move to promotion? There is a stronger move. Do you need a hint? Yes, what is your best move? Can you safely advance to promotion? The race is on. Can you win? One last square. Can you make it? You both promoted. What's next? Amazing. What an endgame.
It looks like the end of Searching for Bobby Fischer.
Force a trade, then use opposition to promote your pawn.
Skewer.
Great, you forced a trade. Can you act on it? Yes, now can you prepare for promotion? Great, you used your king to block their king. Can you use a postgen to protect your promotion? Try again, you can do it. Nice job. Now their king can't block your promotion. What's good use of your king? Exactly. What's the final step? Yes, you found great moves.
Boom. 2 more to go. I have 4 minutes, so I gotta get to work.
Learn about active pieces in the endgame. Use your bishop to make sure their knight can never get back in the game. Try again. There is a better move. Now their knight is stuck. Should you passively protect your pawn or go on the offensive?
They go on the offensive.
Yes, doubling rooks is very powerful. How can you ensure that black will never be able to activate the bishop?
Getting rid of it.
This is a bishop trade. Try again.
Okay.
Yes, their bishop is now inactive. Black's rook would normally beat white's bishop. How can you make sure that it will never get active? Yes, now the rook is stuck. Black has a large material advantage, but white's pieces are active enough to force a draw. How should you do it? Yes, you force the king. Exactly. You will get a draw by repetition.
Happens. All right, last one. I think we know how to checkmate with the rook, but okay.
Learn how to checkmate with a rook. Use your rook to trap the opposing king in a shrinking box. Control a rank and file, then tighten it each move when safe. Exactly. Now the box is smaller. When there are no safe moves to shrink the box, you move your king as close as possible to the opposing king. Yes, the king is now protecting the rook. How can your rook shrink the box around black's king? Yes, now the box shrinks. Eventually, you will reach a position like this one. How can you make the box smaller with your rook? Correct, the box got smaller. Once the opposing king is in the corner, you want to checkmate rather than cutting the box down to just one square. Look at your checks. Which one is mate? Checkmate.
Well, that's pretty simple. Okay, it's kind of an anticlimactic ending. However, all right. Well, that was the end of the chess journey or chess lessons. Of course, there are puzzles and stuff like that. Kind of introduced you to the end. I kind of wish they would have went over an opening again, a real opening like the Rui Lopez, but we'll perhaps do that in another video. And that was kind of the end of the journey. Um, Comment below what you think. How was the end lesson? I think the advanced was a little more of a review as opposed to a real advanced lesson. But that was my personal take on it. Let me know what yours is. And we'll see you next time.